I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would you please be seated and let us have a moment of silence? This is a moment of silence that we might see peace in our lifetime, and also to give thanks for the Tohono nations, the grounds that we now walk on. So thank you all for being here. My name is George McGaffey. I am currently the president of the Green Valley Democrats, and that's why you're here. We're having an election today. Before we get started, some quick announcements. We Care program. It was started 3 years ago. It is an ongoing program. It is where we help the community. The Community We Care program, and for December, is for the SMAU. It's a new nonprofit organization composed of the formal Casa Alitas volunteers who are running a migrant welcoming center in Nogales. So please stop by headquarters, bring your stuff. December is a month of giving. Let's make sure that the people in Nogales receive the help from the Green Valley Democrats. Also, there will be a rally, a people's rally. It is formerly the women's rally. It is, so make sure you save your dates, get out your phone, mark the date. It is Friday, January 17th. Let me repeat that. Friday, January 17th. It's at the corner of Esperanza and La Canada. If you want to bring some rally signs, we will try and get some rally signs over at headquarters. It is the protest of the inauguration. We know the inauguration is not till that Saturday the 18th. However, a lot of us have to go to state meetings on that date. So that's why we're holding the rally earlier on a Friday. So if you have questions, there's a flyer in the back. Go over and take a picture of it and get a hold of Angie. She is going to be holding in charge of our rallies. Tom, why don't you come up and present your information on your wine tour?
Great. On the 15th of January, we've gotten a bus. We're going to do a wine tour. Now, we can only seat 56 people, but it's a lot of fun. We're going to meet on the 15th of January at 9 o'clock, beginning at 9 o'clock at headquarters. We'll have coffee and hot tea and a little bit of pastries or something. 10 o'clock, we board the bus. Everybody will have a number for the bus. That'll be your wine glass stowed all the time. And we're going to go to 3 wineries, Deep Sky, Callahan, and Sunset Ride. The second one, Callahan, we're going to have a lunch for everybody. Be prepared, a box like a bento lunch. And as you're riding the bus to there, back, and in between wineries, snacks, beverages, will all be provided. At the end of the tour, you'll get a Democrats of Green Valley wine glass, which you can share with your Republican friends. It's $125 per person, and we really want to sell it out to our group as fast as we can, but we have to fill that bus. Tiana's back there, and she's got this here in front of her, and she can sign up, anybody that wants to sign up. And also, if you happen to have a place that you could take and post one of these, your church, of someplace that you go to, a favorite store where they'll post it, grab a poster and have it displayed. Thank you.
We were just down on a wine tour yesterday, and if you want to know about a good wine tour, talk to Judy and Brian or Sandy and Mark. We had a fabulous time along with Peggy. And we did stop at Callahan's. That was our last stop. So it's a hoot to go and have a good time. I think that's all the announcements. I have distributed the minutes in the back, and all the board members have them. I would ask at this point in time, are there any additions or corrections to last year's annual minutes meeting? Any additions or corrections? Seeing none, the minutes are approved as distributed then. Next, we're going to do the bylaws, if Judy, if you'll come up and present our bylaws change.
Thank you. board discovered in going through the bylaws that you are not required to be a member of the Green Valley Democrat Club to be on the board, the executive board. We thought that was in need of change, so we have an amendment proposal, and it reads, all executive board members are required to be members of the Green Valley Democrats. I so move we add this amendment to our bylaws.
That's it. I need a second first. Hang on tight. It's in Article 4, Executive Board, Section 1, under members. And now we have a motion. Do I see a second to make that? Arlen seconds. You got that, Doug, for the minutes officially? All right. Is there any discussions or questions? Seeing none, I will call for the question. All those in favor say yay. Yay. All those in favor say nay. Motion carries. Thank you, Judy, for that. And with that, we will have our treasurer's report. Lois, if you'll come up and give us our treasure.
Well, as you can see from the numbers on the board, we had a very, very healthy year. And this is even in spite of all that we spent on publicity and signs and so on. We spent a lot of money, but we brought a lot of money in. So most of the two biggest factors on that were donations. We had budgeted $14,000 for the year for donations for 2024. As of November 30th, we had brought in 26,700 something just in donations.
Give yourself a hand.
Yeah. The other factor was the sale of campaign signs. We sold, I think it was $42,000. Yeah, a little over $42,000 worth of campaign signs. So it was we did a lot, and I think we should be proud of ourselves for what we did this year. We're in a very healthy position to move forward and do a lot in 2025 to prepare for 2026. With everything we did this year, I think we've also learned a lot, and we know what can be done. And I will raise my hand and say, most of this came from where? Grassroots. People like you and me. And I hope that we will be among the grassroots group, organizations that move the Democratic Party as a whole into listen to us. You know, it's like in business, you got to spend money to make money. You want to win, you listen to us. That's the way it's going to work. I'll take any questions anybody has at this point. Okay, thank you.
Wait, okay.
Oh, yeah, Paul, I'm sorry, Paul.
Yes. I think we need to thank Lois for all her work.
Yes, we do.
We're going to miss her in this job. She did a fantastic job. Give her a hand.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you all for that. I appreciate it. But I also want to bring attention to Sandy Eckstein. You want to raise your hand, Sandy? She has agreed to take over as treasurer. And as soon as she said that, we started meeting. We've been meeting since sometime in late September, early October on a regular basis. She has really gotten up to speed very quickly. And this is one of the advantages of changing over in a position. Somebody new comes in and asks a lot of questions. Well, why do you do it that way? Why don't you do it this way? Can we do this? It makes you rethink everything, and that's a very healthy thing for an organization. So thank you, Sandy, for stepping up.
Thank you, Lois. Yes, this is not the year-end report. You will have a final year-end report in January. So there's no need to approve or accept this at this point in time. It's just we wanted to catch you up as long as you were at the annual meeting. So in January, we will have a financial annual report, and you're welcome to come and approve any changes that would occur between now and then. And there are a couple.
Yeah.
I mean, give me the checkbook, I spend it. All right. Okay. I don't need to go over the reports from each committee. We would be here a couple hours. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce the committees that have done a lot of work. If they'll just please stand from fundraising, Tom and Tiziana, if you want to raise your hand, let's give them a thanks for the work they did this year. Our general manager at headquarters is Judy. Judy, you want to raise? From membership is Tom and Nelda. That's one of the hardest jobs, is keep track of all your emails. So thank you. Programs, Sandy Stone, thank you for all the great programs you put on this year. And publicity, Henny can't be here, she's feeling under the weather, but all those blasts, all those newsletters you got, that was Henny and I talking on a Sunday afternoon trying to get them out the door to you. So give Henny, even though she's not here, a big round of applause. And voter outreach with all her walking. Would you please stand, Arlen? I don't see Laura here, but Laura was in charge of our volunteers, and we got it started. We didn't get it all the way to home base, but we're working on coordinating all those that signed up to volunteer, getting them in categories and getting them out to each committee. So the other group I want to really plug is the writers group. There's a sign-up sheet in the back. There's one thing you can do that is extremely helpful. That is write the editor to the Green Valley News or the Star, Tucson Star. Our writers group chair is Paul, fantastic writer. If you want to write something and you're not for sure exactly what it is, send it to Paul. He'll help you edit it. We meet on a regular basis. Please sign up, and we'll send you out. We meet on Zoom, so make sure that it doesn't have to be professional. You just speak from your heart, and let's get the voice of the Democratic Party out in the newspapers. Thank you, Paul. I have some awards to hand out. These are called the MAC Awards. And the first one goes to the Frequent Flyer Award. This guy is never home, but he's always present. He always made our minutes, and I want to give Dean, or Doug, a big thank you. He is our frequent flyer. Okay, has everybody bought their raffle tickets? Because I'm ready to start pulling raffle tickets. They're $2 each, 6 for $10. We'll take cash, check, or even a credit card machine back there. I'll wait a few minutes. Let me tell you about the Blue Wave auction coming up this year. It will be on March the 15th. It's a silent auction, starts at 5. The dinner starts at 6:15. Our auctioneer will be Nancy Stanley, and the tickets will go on sale February the 10th. You will be receiving in the mail a save the date, and it will postcard, so pass it around, let your friends and neighbors know. This is not restricted to just members of the Green Valley Democrats. We have space for 120 people. We will have a 50-50 raffle. I think somebody took home last time over $600. So if you don't come for anything else, come for the raffle. We will be auctioning off lots of different stuff, over 100 items, and at least 10 to 15 live auctions items. We are scouring the neighborhood now for items. You can start bringing your stuff in after January the 15th. So start saving your stuff. Don't bring it in yet. Also, make sure that you fill out the proper paperwork when you bring it in, so we can make sure that you get recognized for your donation, and if there's any problems with your donation, we can get back in touch with you. The forms are now at headquarters, and so after January 15th, please be prepared to start bringing stuff in. You'll be able to buy your tickets online on Act Blue, or also at headquarters. The basic price is $80 this year. We will be having some other specials. The theme is Unity and Promise, celebrating Arizona women. Each table will have a picture of a strong Arizona woman, and we will be having some contests based on, do you know this person? So it ought to be lots of fun. This year the program is called the Blue Wave Auction and Awards Banquet, because we will be awarding a number of people that have unselfishly done things up and beyond. So it will be also an award banquet. All right, everybody ready? It's 930. 32. 3. 930 323. How's you want to look again? Ah, we have a winner.
I think.
Let's just double check it.
Yeah, let me double check this. I heard the 323.
You're the winner.
Oh, there you go.
All right. See me after the meeting so I get your name and address and everything so we can get you the ticket.
$210, George.
All right.
Wow.
Thank you all. We've raised money already for next year's Blue Wave auction. All right. And with that, we're going to go on to nominating our board members. So Brian, if you'll come up and present your list of candidates.
We will. George, thank you. I guess you thought this day might never come over the past. Yeah, it gives me the distinct honor and high privilege to present the list of candidates for the Executive Committee beginning next year, 2025. There are 7 candidate positions on the list. We will accept nominations from the floor other than the candidates that I read off. If you do have a nominee or wish to be a nominee, you may submit your name. We will take a secret ballot in the event of that, but this can only apply to members in good standing and only if that nominee is present here and willing to serve. So we'll try not to hold up the proceedings any. If we do have nominees, we'll go on and present the others. So without further ado, the very first nominee for the position for 1 year of a Vice President at Large for the Executive Committee is Brenda Bates. Do I have any other nominees for that position? Do I have any other nominees willing to serve in that position? Going 3 times. Any other nominees for the position of the at-large member of the Executive Committee beginning in 2025? If not, Brenda, you're elected by acclamation. Congratulations. The second position is also an at-large position. So we're going to keep us all in the family. Bill Bates is also nominated to serve in the second 2-year term for the at-large position on the Executive Committee. Again, we're willing to entertain any nominee from the floor that wishes to serve in that position. I'm asking once. Again, is there another nominee for the position of at-large for 2 years? 3 times. Is there another nominee? I hear none. Bill, by acclamation, you are on the board. Our third position, Vice President of Programs for a 2-year term. Oh boy, we just caught this one at the last minute, but Nancy Kirchhoff is the nominee that has been approved by the board. Again, we will entertain nominations from the floor if there are any. Going once, going twice if there is a nominee. I see none. Going 3 times. Nancy Kirchhoff, congratulations. You're elected by acclamation. Let's see who we have left here. We're rolling through the list. Yes. Vice President of Membership, a family affair, Tom and Nilda Laub, for a 2-year term beginning in 2025. Vice President, Membership. Do I hear any nominations from the floor? Going once. Are there any other nominations from the floor for the position of Vice President Membership beginning in 2025? Going for the 3rd time, I hear none. Tom and Nilda, congratulations. You're approved by acclamation. Another party who's been recognized already by
by Doug Sim. We have Tom Cholsky for the position of Secretary to the Executive Committee for a 2-year term. We'll entertain any other nomination from the floor for the position, a 2-year term for Secretary to the Executive Committee. Going once? I hear none. Going twice? Are there any other nominees for Secretary? Going 3 times? I guess you're the winner, Tom, by acclamation. Congratulations. Connell already appropriately pointed out. Our nominee for the Executive Committee for the next 2 years for the position of Treasurer is Cindy Eckstein. And boy, has she worked hard already to get to that point. Without recognition. So, are there any other nominees for the position of Treasurer to the Executive Committee? Going once? I hear none. Going twice? Is there anyone else who wants to serve in that position for 2 years? Going 3 times? I think not. So Sandy, by acclamation, you are our new Treasurer.
Not going too far.
All these people are in good standing and strong moral fiber, so they're going to need it. And finally, and not least, George, I know you've recognized Sandy already, but our new president for a period of 2 years, 20 to 25, the nominee is Sandy Stone. Very familiar with all the workings of the Executive Committee, and we couldn't be more delighted to have her on board. So unless somebody else wants to step in, going once, any nominees for the position of president for the period 2025, the Executive Committee of the Green Valley Democrats. Last chance. I don't see any hands going up. Sandy, congratulations by acclamation. You are our new president. Please come up.
Did you get some?
I got it.
All right, we gotta wait.
There we do.
Yeah.
Well, we
Well,
got
while
you two
while we're
together.
waiting, let's give Brian a big hand. This is a big job to round up all these nominations. Thank you, Brian, for joining us.
You may have something to...
Sure.
And there's champagne to toast our outgoing and incoming president when you are ready and feel inclined.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, thank you.
Cheers to all of you and all the hard work you did. Thank you.
So, yes, I do have a few words. I think this is a good time to practice with the president.
No, we can't make it official until
Oh? I get the
I pass you the gavel.
I'll wear it out.
And you don't move, you don't leave without it. The president's book just has all the passwords, all the names and numbers. This has the skeleton keys, so you will want it.
Wonderful. I'll read it tonight.
It's a long read.
So, it goes without saying, but I'll
Right into the mic.
it goes without saying, but I'll say it anyhow. George has been the mainstay of the Democrat Club here in Green Valley for the past 4 years. He's supported all of us, given us advice, said no when we had to hear no, was always available to answer our questions. In fact, this morning, I sent him an email before 8 o'clock, and he answered by 8 o'clock. I know another member of our board, or our membership, contacted him, texted him, I think about 9 o'clock, wasn't it, Brian? And then I called him about 10 o'clock. So, a normal day for George. And if you think it's over, you're sorely mistaken, sorely mistaken. So we know that he's a dedicated member, president, hardworking, overachiever, but he's still going to be around. But one of the things, I didn't know much about his personal background. So I contacted the FBI and asked them if they would do a background check. And I got an official report. I want to put my glasses on so I can read it. So George was born to a Scottish mom and an Irish dad in Montrose, Colorado on Halloween. Kind of explains some things. His parents and siblings, 3 sisters and 2 brothers, moved to Wheat Ridge, Colorado, a suburb of Denver, when he was 5 years old. They had a plot of land. Actually, I can't see well. They had a plot of land, and George was a farm boy for the young years of his life. His parents couldn't afford school shoes, so he wore clunky farm boots to school, which was not cool back then. But he knew how to pick corn and feed chickens. What was interesting about his Irish family was that the tradition was for the eldest to sit to the right of his father at dinner time, food being passed to the left. So by the time it got to him, there were slim pickings. And I think he enjoys food now to this day. Yes, right. Since he was smaller for his age, he decided to try wrestling to get strength and endurance. He was quite successful in winning several tournaments and rising to the top of his team. He also excelled as an Eagle Scout. Can we say he's an overachiever? Yes. He got married at a young age, had 4 children, now has 7 grandchildren, 7 great-grandchildren, scattered across the country. He lived in El Paso, Texas for 33 years, retired from a CED as a salesman for the electrical wholesale company. His 3rd wife is Peggy. She's currently married, and she reminds him every day, till death do us part. They met in Denver at a potluck dinner after he retired and moved there. They've been married 11 years and now have been living here in Green Valley for 8 years. He's a published writer with 3 children's books. A Mouse in the House at Christmas, A Mouse in the RV, A Mouse in the Firehouse. I was only able to... I got him in here somewhere. I got this bag of tricks here. I was able to find 2 of them. So this is The Mouse in the House at Christmas. A very, very charming story. And this one is The Mouse in the Firehouse. I'm going to donate them to the Dems Club office. So when you're working there and you're a little bored and don't want to read some of those heavy things, pick it up. You'll find it very, very fun, very clever.
Are they still available on sale?
On Amazon, yeah.
Yep. Really? Yep.
I got several in my closet too, so.
And he enjoys talking about it, so you can catch him afterwards.
Oh, yeah. The 3rd one, you have the house.
Say what?
House at Christmas, and one was the firehouse, and what was the other?
The Mouse in the Firehouse.
In the RV, Mouse in the RV.
Oh yeah, the 3rd one, they didn't have it. It's all sold out.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'll get you a copy.
So anyhow, he also has written a book entitled Across the Ridgeline, and it's a fantasy novel about a young man traveling to Ireland, finding a fantasy land filled with lots of adventures. He's hoping to continue writing in 2025. He's now looking forward to what the next chapter of his life will look like after he talks to his loving wife, who already has some travel plans. And this report was contributed by Special Agent Peggy McGoffey. Thanks, Peggy. Thank you very much. So George is moving on to another position, which he thinks won't take all of his time, but it could. Plus, you're still going to have to answer questions for us, so regardless. Anyhow, why don't you explain what it is that you got coming up and that you'll still be in the neighborhood?
It will be my pleasure.
We hid all your papers?
I have one thing I would like to say thank you to a lot of people.
Meeting's adjourned. No.
Just about. I don't know, maybe I can remember by heart. There were 5 things. I was sitting last week thinking all the things that we did, you and I did, through the last 5 years. We've done a lot of stuff. But as I was sitting there on the King's Throne, the roll of lists rolled out the door and down around the block. So I had to pick only 5 things. One of the most important things we did was we rebranded ourselves. We became the Green Valley Democrats. We were the Democratic Club of the Santa Rita area. In the process of doing so, we put a new sign up on our building so people knew that we were the Democratic Party here. We also created a new logo that we have used and is identified throughout the state. We also put together a new vision and mission statement so people knew what we were all about. That was in the first year. After that, we have spent the last 5 years, we repainted the headquarters and redecorated it at the chagrins of Judy and Becky several times. And so we've done a lot with headquarters to keep it open. We've had numerous fundraisers over the years, and we've raised a lot of money. We've spent a lot of money, but it has been very practically used to make sure that our voice rang loud and clear in Pima County. And one of the most important things we did was we coordinated 3 coordinated campaigns out of our headquarters here in Green Valley. We called on probably 5,000 to 7,000 houses each one of those 3 years. Coordinated campaign knew Arlen and I by personal names. Several times they were probably not the names they wanted to call us, but we made sure that they were aware that we were the Green Valley Democrats and we wanted our voice. In Pima County, the Democrats voted and elected Harris. They also voted and carried Kristen Ingalls. We did that here, so thank you for all of the hard work that you did. Plus, we started a writers group. We put out a lot of blasts, and to help the community, we care, Save the Scenic Santa Rita's, water, and a number of issues. So thanks for all the tremendous programs that you attended and helped us carry. So there was a lot we did. What am I doing now? I'm moving on to the chair of LD19. Now, in the state, there are 30 legislative districts. That's why we have 30 senators and 60 House of Representatives. The Democrats and the Republicans form their own committees based on those legislative districts. Our district covers 5 counties. It's probably one of the largest areas. It is the largest areas with the number of counties per legislative districts. We have Greenlee, Cochise, Santa Cruz, Pima County, and Graham. So, the G. And so we will be covering a lot of area. I'll be making a lot of tours down to those areas. We need to get out the vote. And there's a lot of things that we can do. Number one is we're going to create a social communications team. Pima County has already set up a podcast studio, and I've met with Cody from Green Valley News. He and I are going to start doing a podcast at least once a month out of Pima County, so we can share that with all 5 of our counties and the rest of the state. So we are going to be strong in communicating. One of the other things we're going to be doing is fundraising. We need to raise money. We need to put billboards down in Greene and Gramley. They did not carry Kristen. We need to help them do so. We need to make sure that they get all the help they need, both financially and socially, as well as physically, to help them get out the vote. I've looked at the numbers on Uplift. The numbers are there for us to elect a candidate out of LD19 on the Democratic side. But we have to be wise about it. We have to be willing to step up to do it. We will be having meetings for just the local LD19 Pima County folks. We will be dividing into territories. We will be doing a number of other things that we have not been doing. So I'm excited about all the things that are coming forth. LD19, I think we can flip a House seat in our first year. So let's plan on doing that, and excitement down the road. I anticipate seeing you all again at an LD19 meeting. If you'd like to join and be a PC, there's a sign-up sheet in the back, or please see me afterwards and I will give you the details, Mrs. Rudolph. And so you have the gavel. I am done.
Oh,
and
no,
finished.
you're not done. No, no. Early Christmas present.
Well, should I open it now?
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know if you'll need it in your
It rings.
jingle bells.
You have to say
Yeah, just slip that sucker off. When I was young, my mother used to make us take the wrapping off very carefully. We folded it up and used it the next year.
Yeah.
Same with tinsel. Oh, she had to iron the paper. That's even worse. Well, this is just a small gesture of how much we appreciate it. Well, and it's small print, but
For
it
the service
says.
above and beyond, as president of the Green Valley Democrats 21 through 24, George McGaffey. Thank you. We won't put it to use. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you all for coming. Happy holidays.
I have one comment.
Yes.
On the
I have different glasses for the next meeting.
He said
Yeah.
above and beyond, and that's what I wanted to comment on. George was always open to anybody that called in and had a suggestion. He had an open mind and seriously considered stuff. Some he said yay, some he said not, but it was refreshing. Thank you, George.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you, every one of you.
Anybody else want to say something?
I want to say one thing.
Yes, Carol.
I was, in the LD as a PC, and George was in the same district. I can't remember what is that?
193.
193. And Michelle was there. A lot of you remember Michelle Manos. And one day she says, I just went door to door, and I found this guy. His name is George McGaffey, and he is so excited to be that I came to his door. And thanks to her and coming to his door, he had no idea what it was going to lead to. No idea at all. So thank Michelle for doing
I
that.
email her once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, she's in California
Yeah,
now.
in California.
And she told me something very interesting. She said, I'd like to come back and do a program sometime about the Democrats in California. She said, I am so excited about how good Arizona is. In California, everything's top down and you don't get to say anything at the meetings. So she said that she came back and she says, boy, Arizona's got it. We really have the right way of doing it when you go to a state meeting.
Yep. Our voices. We have a state meeting on January the 18th, and that's where a lot of us will be. The more PCs we have, you will be voting on because you are a candidate in Pima County as a legislative PC. So please sign up. If you have more questions, I'll be glad to try and answer them.
Anyone else? So Peggy commented not too long ago when George was home that she was kind of looking forward to spending time with him. And after a couple of weeks, that kind of changed. So I said it's like the old joke that I married you for better, for worse, but not for lunch. Paul.
George, you're the greatest. I think we need to give him an ovation.
Oh, thank you.
Let's stand up. Let's stand up.
Thank you all. I don't really well. All right. Help yourself to goodies. Sorry, Chair.
That's what he says.